Ladies and gentlemen, look around you. Look at the people sitting next to you. Half of them don't have the guts to do what it takes. Most of them are just talking. Most of you are just talking. You sit here, nod your heads, act like you're ready to take action, but when the time comes to put in the real work, the sacrifices, the discipline, the relentless obsession, you fold. This isn't about feeling good. This isn't about motivation. That's for losers who need a daily pep talk just to get out of bed. This is about a decision. A decision to be all in, to burn the damn boats and never look back. To commit at a level so extreme that failure is nothing more than an afterthought because you refuse to accept it. So I ask you, are you all in or are you just talking? Because let me tell you, the world doesn't give a damn about your excuses. It doesn't care about your fears, your doubts, or your sob stories. It only rewards those who are willing to do whatever it takes. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why most people fail, why you might be failing, and what separates the ones who talk from the ones who actually make it happen. But be warned, this isn't for the weak. If you can't handle the truth, if you're looking for someone to pat you on the back and tell you it's okay to be mediocre, you're in the wrong room. Commitment is a blood oath. You say you're committed. You say you want success. But let me ask you, what have you actually sacrificed? Because commitment isn't a hobby. It's not something you do when it's convenient. It's a blood oath, a binding agreement with yourself that failure is not an option. It means you are willing to pay any price, endure any pain, and break through any obstacle. Anything less is just talk. The reason most people fail is because they give themselves a way out. They say they're all in, but the moment things get tough, they start looking for an escape. They keep one foot in and one foot out, always ready to retreat when the heat turns up. But that's not commitment. That's cowardice. You either go all in or you're out before you even begin. Think of the most successful people in the world, the ones who built empires, changed industries, dominated their fields. Do you think they had backup plans? Do you think they hesitated when things got hard? No. They were willing to give up everything. Friends, family, comfort, sleep, sanity, because their commitment was absolute. It wasn't just a choice. It was an unshakable, unbreakable, non-negotiable requirement. Most people fail before they even start because they don't understand what true commitment is. They think it means working hard for a few months and expecting results. They think it means sacrificing a little but still keeping their comforts intact. That's why they lose. Commitment doesn't care about your timeline. It doesn't care how long it takes. It only asks one thing. Are you willing to go to war for what you say you want? You need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, how badly do I want this? And if your answer isn't, I will do whatever it takes no matter what, then you've already lost. Commitment is the foundation. It is the starting point. Without it, you're just another person pretending to chase success while secretly hoping it comes easy. And guess what? It never does. Pain is the currency of success. You want success? Then get ready to suffer. Because the universe doesn't hand out trophies for participation. It rewards the people who are willing to endure the most pain. Every single success story you admire, every billionaire, every world-class athlete, every self-made titan paid for their success in blood, sweat, and relentless suffering. Pain is the price of admission. If you're not willing to pay it, you don't belong in the game. The problem is, most of you are soft. You've been conditioned to avoid discomfort. You've been lied to, told that success should be easy, that you should work smarter, not harder. What a joke. The truth is, the people who dominate this world are the ones who outwork and outlast everyone else. They embrace the pain. They thrive in the suffering. While you're complaining about being tired, they're pushing through another 10 hours of work. While you're looking for balance, they're sacrificing everything for their goals. You need to rewire your brain to love the struggle. Every time you feel pain, you should smile, because that means you're growing. That means you're getting closer to where you want to be. The weak run from pain, but the strong, they chase it. They look for the hardest path because they know that's where real success is earned. No one who has ever done anything great in this world got there by staying comfortable. Your problem is that you quit the moment things get hard. You complain, you second guess yourself, you start looking for the easy way out. That's why you fail. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners suffer longer. They push through when everyone else gives up. They take the hits, they endure the setbacks, and they keep moving forward. And because of that, they win every time. So ask yourself, how much pain are you willing to take? How much suffering are you willing to endure? Because success isn't about talent, luck, or intelligence. It's about pain tolerance. The ones who succeed are the ones who can take the most punishment without breaking. If you want it bad enough, you won't run from the pain. You'll embrace it. And when you do, you'll realize something powerful. The pain was never there to stop you. It was there to make you stronger. No one cares about your feelings. Listen carefully. No one gives a damn about your feelings. The world doesn't care if you're tired, if you're scared, if you're overwhelmed. Your feelings are irrelevant. What matters is whether or not you get the job done. Period. Too many of you are emotionally weak. You let your feelings dictate your actions. If you don't feel like working, you don't. If you feel discouraged, you slow down. If you feel like quitting, you do. And that's exactly why you're losing, because the winners, they don't give a damn how they feel. They wake up and execute no matter what, rain or shine, tired or energized, motivated or not. They get it done. Successful people have mastered one thing that losers never will: emotional control. They don't let their feelings dictate their actions. They have a mission and they execute it regardless of how they feel. They don't waste time crying about how hard things are. They don't complain when life isn't fair. They just grind, they just work, and because of that, they win. You need to kill the idea that your feelings matter when it comes to success. If you let emotions control your actions, you will never reach your goals. Success requires discipline. It requires a level of cold, ruthless execution that most people will never develop because they're too soft. They want everything to feel right. Guess what? Nothing great ever happens when you feel comfortable. So the next time you feel tired, the next time you feel unmotivated, the next time you feel like quitting, shut the hell up and get back to work. Because no one cares about your feelings. They only care about results. And if you can master that mindset, you will be Excuses are for the weak, results are for the obsessed. I've heard it all before. I don't have time. I don't have money. I wasn't born into the right family. Shut up. Excuses are for losers. Winners find a way. If you don't have time, make time. If you don't have money, figure out how to get it. If you weren't born into the right situation, then change your situation. But don't ever stand in front of me and tell me why you can't do something. Because the truth is, you just don't want it bad enough. Look at the most successful people in the world. Do you think they had perfect conditions? Do you think they had everything handed to them? Hell no. They started from nothing, just like you. The difference is they refused to make excuses. They found solutions. They did whatever it took. They were obsessed. And that obsession is why they succeeded while you're still making excuses. The biggest reason people fail is because they give themselves permission to fail. They allow themselves to have excuses. And once you start justifying your failures, you're finished. You will never succeed if you keep giving yourself reasons why you can't. Winners don't do that. They don't allow themselves to even think in terms of excuses. Their mindset is simple: find a way or die trying. You need to decide right now, are you going to be weak and make excuses, or are you going to be obsessed and get results? Because in the end, that's all that matters. Nobody will remember your excuses, but they will remember your results. Execution over education. Most of you think you need more knowledge before you start. You don't. You need to execute. You already know what to do, you're just not doing it. That's the brutal truth. You hide behind books, courses, and endless planning because you're too scared to pull the damn trigger. You think you need another degree, another certification, another seminar before you take action. That's a lie. That's an excuse. The winners take action while the losers keep preparing. The world is full of highly educated failures. People with MBAs who never build businesses. People with perfect resumes who never take a risk. People who are smart but still broke. Why? Because they've mastered theory, not execution. They have all the knowledge but no results. Because knowledge without execution is worthless. Think about it. Who makes more money? The guy who reads 100 books on business but never starts one? Or the guy who just dives in, makes mistakes, learns, and adjusts along the way? It's obvious. The guy who executes wins every single time. You don't get paid for what you know, you get paid for what you do. And here's the kicker: you will never feel ready. There will never be a perfect time to start. If you wait for the stars to align, you'll be waiting forever. The winners, they start before they're ready. They figure it out along the way. They trust themselves enough to take risks, make mistakes, and learn through experience. They understand that success is messy. It's not about having a perfect plan. It's about relentless action. Most of you are terrified of making mistakes. You don't want to look stupid. You don't want to fail. But failure is the best education there is. Every mistake teaches you something that no book ever will. Every setback forces you to level up. The people who are successful today, they weren't the smartest, they were the most relentless. They didn't wait to feel ready, they executed, and that's why they won. So stop overthinking. Stop reading and start doing. Stop planning and start executing. Because the only thing that separates you from success is action. And if you can develop that mindset, if you can make execution your default setting, you will leave everyone else in the dust. Burn the boats. There is no plan B. Let me tell you something. If you have a plan B, you've already lost. Winners don't give themselves an escape route. They don't leave room for hesitation. They go all in and they never look back. Because if you have a backup plan, it means you don't truly believe in yourself. You're giving yourself permission to fail. And the moment things get tough, guess what? You'll take the easy way out. History is full of stories of people who succeeded because they had no other option. The ancient warriors who burned their boats, so they had no choice but to fight and win. The entrepreneurs who bet everything on their businesses and refused to quit. The athletes who dedicated their entire lives to winning with no fallback plan. These people weren't lucky. They won because they eliminated all other possibilities except success. You need to burn your boats. You need to remove every escape route. You need to commit so fully that there is no way out except through victory. That's the level of obsession it takes. And I know what some of you are thinking, but what if I fail? Here's the reality. Failure only happens when quitting is an option. If you remove the option to quit, you won't fail. You'll adapt, you'll pivot, you'll find a way to win, no matter what. Most of you have too many safety nets. You keep a job just in case your business doesn't work. You hold on to toxic relationships because you're scared of being alone. You refuse to commit fully because you're afraid of risk. And that's exactly why you're stuck, because deep down, you don't actually believe in yourself. You don't trust yourself to make it work. And until you do, you will always fall short. Think about the most successful people in history. Did they have backup plans? Hell no. They bet on themselves completely. They went all in, even when everyone told them they were crazy. And because they burned their boats, they became legends. So ask yourself, are you willing to commit at that level? Are you willing to remove every safety net and give yourself no option but success? Because if you are, then nothing can stop you. But if you're still holding on to plan B, you've already failed. Make the decision now, burn the boats, and never look back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment of truth. Success is not for the weak. It's not for the excuse makers, the time wasters, or the people who need constant reassurance. It's for those who are willing to bleed for it, suffer for it, and commit at a level that most people will never understand. Most of you will leave here today feeling inspired, but inspiration is worthless without action. If you walk out of here and go back to the same habits, the same mindset, the same excuses, you've already lost. You need to make a decision right now. Are you all in, or are you just talking? Because here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do it for you. The world doesn't owe you a damn thing. But if you're willing to sacrifice, to suffer, to push through when everyone else quits, then and only then will you earn the right to call yourself successful. The choice is yours. But just remember, when you look back on your life, you'll either be proud of the risks you took, or you'll be haunted by the opportunities you let slip away. So stop talking, stop waiting, and start doing. Are you all in, or are you just another talker?